Hi guys, Ronda without an H here. I'm just supposed to say Ronda Winstead. So you can find me on my YouTube channel. Oops. Oh well. Okay, so we are continuing in our altered book bullet journaling, and I want to give a shout out to Susie with Creative Cafe Girl. I'll have all of the links below that you need. You can go check out her playlist. She'll have a playlist for the bullet journal, as do I. And also you can find Barbara, 49 Dragonflies, and check out these ladies, their work. We're all kind of different. It's kind of interesting to see how we all do it, but everybody's doing their own take. So let's get started. We have, if you watched my first two videos, I have taken care of the cover and gotten the inside ready to go. And again, I love this old ratty, ragged looking, I love it. Okay, so now it's time to see what we want to do and to tear out some pages and to get started. Now, first of all, that bled through the other side that I've covered with this paper, but it's still showing through here. I think what I want to do is glue this page to this. So let's go ahead and do that. And I want, as I make a mess here, apologize for the extra noise. Never apologize if it's glassine or some delicious scrunchie though, right? Okay, so I am just going to use my glue stick and just apply a goodly amount. Now, one of the things that Barbara's doing this year on hers is she is just gluing around the edges because she doesn't want the pages to be super heavy. And I'm not sure yet what Susie is doing, but we will find out very, very soon. Okay, so I'm just going to lay that back down like that. And there we go. Okay. So we rip out pages as we go along with this. I can decorate there. It's kind of nice to have this. Maybe I'll start here. I think I'll start here. All right. 1, 2. Oh, 3, 4, and 5 right here. 6, 7, 8. I'm going to take out, okay, 9 and 10. We'll take out 10 pages and see how that does us. Okay, now let me check and make sure that these are still intact. And then we will go ahead and I am going to glue this page. Whoops, wrong side. Let me sneak this in there. Okay. So it's just a matter, you guys, of ripping out a certain amount of pages, and then you're going to glue pages together to hide the pages that you ripped out. Okay? So here we have pages that I ripped out, but I am, you don't see that. Okay? So let's see. Well, let's just kind of get started here. And of course we'll save all of this goodness, because you never know. You just never know what you're gonna use it for. Okay, so I think in terms of January, I like the wintry, kind of the traditional look of snow and whatnot. So I think this is what I'm going to go for. Now, for those of you that want to find, this is a free printable on www.printablepaper.net, and you go down to calendars. They have all kinds of paper and whatnot. And as I mentioned in my previous video, at some point I'm going to make my own calendar and such, and I'll make those available for you. But for now, this is what I've got to work with. Now, before I glue it in here, I'm going to move that off to the side and bring back this. I want to do January. Oh, and we got to do it right. I did that on one of my calendar months. I had it in the wrong order. So I'm looking here at some of my markers. What do I want? Let me test. That seems like that's almost dry. So that's a no. And I could, let's see, how about this one? That's not bad. Let me try one more and then I'll make a decision. That's kind of light. Let's try let's try one more. I kind of like that. Why not? Why not? All right. So I am just going to I'm going to write January. And I may go over that. Not crazy about that. Let's go 2021. And we'll do a smaller January. Over here. And what I may end up doing, is outlining. How are you guys? Have you made any New Year's resolutions? Are you the type that you're very disciplined and you seriously set some awesome goals? Are you the type that you don't make New Year's resolutions because you're afraid that you won't keep them, and so you don't want to depress yourself by saying you're going to do something and then not do it, what do you do? I rarely make New Year's resolutions, if I'm being honest. I have good intentions, and I try. See, I like that now. We've got, it just needed outlined where it was so light there, but we can give that a little uplift, huh? Anyway, I don't know. I try to evaluate periodically and kind of sometimes make changes that I think would be good for me, but I don't necessarily do it as a New Year's kind of a thing. But I do believe that if you don't write your goals down, then there's nothing to them, basically. Okay, now I need to know, let's get my phone out. We need to know these things. I need my calendar so I can print correct days. All right. So January, I'm going to start with Sunday the 3rd. Or, let's see, wait a minute. Let's think about this, you guys. Friday and Saturday, I have Friday and Saturday in my 2020 journal, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I will start with this one. This will be the 3rd. Okay. So we just do this. And you can, you can be as fancy or not. Whatever is speaking to you, that is what you want to do. I love this paper. And it's just scrapbooking paper that I had picked up probably in Hobby Lobby when it was on sale. I like to buy a lot of things when they're on sale. Some things not, but saves the pocketbook just a little bit. I will say that I have more scrapbook paper than I will probably ever use in my lifetime. But I don't find that I use it excessively in my, my journaling these days, my junk journals. Alrighty. Okay. That is good. Love it. Here's my birthday. So I will go ahead and I will fill those out. Now, continuing on. So I think I saw a putty tat. I did see a putty tat. I'm trying to decide whether I want to just maybe use some washi tape to go around that, and just glue on the very ends. I think I'm going to switch glues now for a minute and get out my art glitter glue that has not a stitch of glitter in it. It's just glue. I don't know why they call it art glitter glue. I always squeeze it, see if it'll squeeze a little bit of air to me, then I know it's working. All right, so we'll just go around the very edge. One thing that I have kind of committed myself to, because I'm doing this journal along with some other YouTube creators, and those of you that are at home or wherever you might be, that I am going to try to keep it as simple. Now, keep in mind, those of you that follow me, and if you don't, why not? Come on, subscribe to my channel. You know that I love a lot of decoration. I love, simple to me is a word in the dictionary, but it's not necessarily in my vocabulary, or it has not been in my vocabulary, but I am trying to keep my bullet journal a little bit simpler, so I will not get discouraged and say, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't have time. I don't want to do that. And so I want to try to keep it. And I like book pages, and so I like having some of that show through. That, to me, that's cool. I may put a little bit of this or that. I may put a little bit of stamping. I don't know. This is we're just getting started here, guys. And let's see. Then I need to rip some more pages. By golly, I do. Or should I put these two together first and then rip? I think that's what we'll do. For the pages that I'm ripping, I'm going to use this glue because it's easy to apply. Yeah. And when I buy this, I buy several at a time, because if you're altering a book and you're doing, you're gluing pages together like this, you will, you will use a bit, which is great. I mean, that's good. And it's cheaper buying the stick glue than it is to buy the art glitter glue. Alrighty. All right. Now we're ready to rip. So what I will do is a weekly, let me get that out. Okay, this tells me how many weeks I need to do. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks and 1. So probably what I'm going to do when I come to this week, I'm probably going to slash that in half, and I'm going to combine the 30th and the 31st. I'm going to put those on the same, so I don't have to create a whole nother week's spread just to get one day, because I will want to get this in my February. Okay, so that's how I'm going to do mine. Okay, continuing to rip. And of course, these can be used for so many wonderful things. And I have a video up of how you can, with deli paper on both sides, you can create journaling papers, which I'm having a lot of fun with, you guys. They're awesome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Alrighty. And I can kind of get in here and try to clean that out as much as I can, because I trying to, I don't know why I'm doing that. Maybe I'm just making it worse. But in my mind it's like, well, if you clear that out as much as possible, then it'll glue together better and it'll just be a better, sturdier page. But I don't know. I don't know. And then, of course, I don't want to have my pages come out because I've been stupid and, you know, done that. Okay. And I was stupid. Oh. Yes, indeed. I should have done this because I'm supposed to glue this with this, and I'd already glued it to this. So now this is going to be super, super heavy, but I'm going to do it because I don't want to leave those loose. Just learn. Oh, it's okay if you laugh at me. I laugh at me all the time. All the time. By the way, my hubby had nose surgery this morning. It was, bless his heart, he's had issues with his nose all his life. And he never realized that he has, anyway, that the passage hasn't been working properly, and so hopefully as he heals he will just have a new, you know, be a lot easier for him to breathe. Alrighty. Now, okay, and this old book has these kind of deckled pages, and they don't, you know, they're not perfectly straight, so I'm absolutely fine with these not lining up perfectly straight. That just gives it character. Just adds character, you guys. Okay, so I need 4. Let me move these out of the way again. You can see how fast these pile up. I'm already on page 45. Now, technically, if I'd have done this right, I would only have been on page 43, okay? But you get the idea. All right, so now what I'm doing, this is where we start to do a little bit more decorating. And I decided that I would change mine up a little bit, not a whole lot this year. I kind of like what I was doing in 2020, but I do want to add, and I will do that. I think I'm going to do that maybe in these pages here, but I want to add a space, or I may decide to do it here, to put gratitude. I want to list something that I'm grateful for, 2 or 3 things even, each and every day. I think that's important. And so I have also from that same site that I told you about, I've got these printed out. Now this is where, this needs a little something. I mean, this is definitely less. And less isn't more. So I have some different things that I was trying to decide. I've got this napkin. It's got some blues. This could be kind of a cool something or other. I've got this iris. This is also a napkin, so I could put a little bit of this. I could do that around here, a little bit that way. I have this that I thought was pretty that I could put on my pages, although it wouldn't completely cover. I'd have to kind of rip it up a little bit, space it. And then I came across this one. Isn't that luscious? With the iris here. This mirrors the image here, so I would want to do a little bit of cutting around maybe on something like that. And then I went on Pinterest and I pulled out some images that I thought were just super cute, super fun for January. And I just, look at that fat squirrel. Beautiful day, I wish you. Anyway, so let's see. Oh, and I also printed off, I can't remember the name, but I will put the links in the description below where I purchased these. And I reduced the size so that I could add some little goodies here and there. And then I also purchased these winter words. So I want to include these as well. This is Calico Collage, www.calicocollage.com on that one. So I think to start, we should put something down. Let's put a little bit of pattern paper. I have some really fun patterns, and generally speaking, I don't use them much, but I'm thinking that this could be fun. So let's just see, I should iron that. I'm so anal about that. It's like, iron it. But that comes from being a quilter. When you're a quilter, you iron everything. You're very careful, very meticulous. If you want if you want stuff matching, that is. If you don't care, then I suppose that doesn't matter, but I kind of wanted my stuff to work and to fit right so that I didn't have to repent because I used bad language. So, actually, I don't do that too often. Okay, let's just kind of give that a rip. And let's give that a rip. And I have no idea what I'm doing, where I'm going with this, but we're We're doing it. Okay, so and let's see, we should put another little piece on, and maybe what I'll get out to help me with this is my tear ruler. I so love this thing. It's fabulous. It's fabulous. Or do I want to go like this and kind of move it into the page? Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Okay. So, how much weight did you gain during the holidays? Or were you really, really good? I was not great, but I wasn't horrible. And I can honestly say I don't know how much because I haven't been on the scales in a couple of weeks. Do you have a favorite something that you do for New Year's, a food that you make, or for New Year's Eve? We kind of like to, or when we've been in that place this year with poor hubby recovering from his nose surgery, and he's doing really well on the Weight Watchers. We probably won't have too much of anything that way. We'll be pretty good. But in years past, what we have sometimes enjoyed, let's see, where's my scissors? I have a mess on my table. Okay, I'm just going to trim this off. Okay. And let's see, maybe I will go ahead and, you know, we're just doing this. Why not, right? Why not? Alrighty. What's the worst that can happen is I completely ruin this and I have to delete this video segment. I mean, maybe throw my book away. Okie dokie. Whoops, come on. I'm trying to keep the glue to the area that it will cover here, and I'm just not being too terribly fussy about that. Okay, now this is just not terribly exciting yet, but we've just started. We've only just begun. Do, do, do. That's a Karen Carpenter song. That's one of my husband's. He loves her music. It was such a sad thing for her. Where are my... I need to get out my little thises so I can kind of see what I'm gonna need to be doing here. I like the idea of putting a tulip or iris. I said tulip, didn't I? I meant iris. Like up in there and down there. But I think before I do that, I may also need to put a little bit more funky paper on here. Let's see, do I want something like that? No, not really. I love good ledger paper. Oh yeah, that's good. Where is my ruler? Where is my ruler? Oh. So let's just kind of play with this a little bit and see what we can come up with. We don't want any straight edges, I don't think, unless it's at the very top. We could have a straight edge up there, that would be fine. Let's just, for fun, let's see about doing this, or that. Let's see. Ooh, now that's nice. Ooh, look at that. I like that side better even. We may have to bring that. Oh, how about, yeah, okay. Always be adaptable, right? So I'm not going to continue and do all of my January here. I am just barely getting started, and I just want to show you just a little bit of the process and want you to just go for it. And then we'll get back together and I will show you in a couple of weeks. I will show you what I have finished up here. Let's see, that needs to be about like here, right there. Okay. Yeah. We can compare notes. What we liked, what we didn't like. I absolutely have to get some of these. Which do I like the better? Which, guys? Decisions. I like them both. But I think I kind of like that one. So we'll go ahead and we'll outline this and put this down. And then I want to add some blue to kind of give that wintry look, because so far it just looks like somebody ripped a pattern up. Somebody just ripped a pattern. I don't know why they did it. Let's see. We'll wait on that. Let's see. Let me try another envelope here of deliciousness. I don't know. Now I am going to use washi tape around here too. That's one of the things that I am going to make myself use as I'm doing this. So I think for now what I need to do is kind of put down some background on my napkins perhaps. So let's kind of play with that for just a minute. I will be right back. Don't go away. I'm just grabbing some water and a paintbrush, and I will be right back. It's just on the other side of my studio. Okay. So first of all, what I do here, and This came from Crafty Irina. This idea. Oh, didn't need it on that one, did we? Let's try it here. Okay. So rather than trying to fumble around for a long time, she had the brilliant idea to just do that. Now, I'm going to dip in the water and I am going to just outline and tear. Okay? There's one little area. Let's do that. See how fast that is? I like that kind when it's fast. So I'm thinking that if I put this here, but do I want it upside down? Or do I want to? Okay. Okay. What I'm going to do is I am just going to take pieces here and there. Okay? Because I really don't want the straight edge look. It just doesn't, I just don't think it does a great job. And we will pop that off there. Come on. All right. So, let us see what we can see. Because we can absolutely, I mean, I can sand off the edges, I can cut the edges off, whatever I need to do that way. That's the very same one, so I want probably not the very same one. So let's bring this back over and let's get us this little guy, and let's just rip the edges off that. So simple. Easy peasy, you guys. And it's fun. And this is fun. Let's see. If I do it up like that, I think we'll kind of bump that up there. And then we can put this down yonder. Way down yonder in the pawpaw patch. I could even do it over. Yeah, I don't think I want to do it over. Or I could do this over here. Trouble is, this is really pretty and I don't want to cover those up. But at the same time, so let's set those aside. And let's see about maybe working on this one. I've never used this particular napkin yet, but I plan on using it today. Maybe. Maybe. right. We will just pull that off. And then we have all this deliciousness. Okay, so I'm thinking, what is the right, I don't even know what this is, really. What is it? It's pretty. Let's try maybe doing some of this. All right. Trying to be open to doing different things. This is very intense, guys. Okay, so what I'm trying to do, I think, is get this whole edging, and then we'll see if this will work. There's no, I mean, I don't have a guarantee that it's going to work, but I'm giving it a go. Okay. Then, of course, there's all that inside deliciousness as well. Now, let's see. And to put this on, I will use a Mod Podge because this can napkins can be very tricky if you're not careful with them. If you're careful with them, not a problem. All right, so I think I'm going to get some Mod Podge, and I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to, may not end up at all like what I was thinking, but that would be okay too. Okay. So I don't put the Mod Podge on the napkin. It's too delicate once the layers have been removed. I will put that down, and I will dip my brush in, and I will just, we'll just give this a go, guys. And hopefully, you know, this will encourage you to just do something, have some fun, try something that maybe you're not as familiar with. That's okay. All right, let's see. I'm like freaking out about this. All right. Let's start here. Okay. Okay. And we will, I'm gonna just kind of cut that off. I'll trim when I'm done, but for now, I just want to put a little bit of edging there. Let's see. Put a little bit down there. Okay. Just continuing on. I don't know. I hope it goes well. Okay. Now I'm going to go over my napkin. Whoops, it appears that some of this was not down well. So we'll redo that. And if it's not perfect, it's quite all right. You can always add something to it, and I'll trim that off when it all dries, obviously not before. And obviously I'm not going to do every week this way, because then this would get discouraging for me. I would say, "What are you doing, Ronda, you dummy?" But just trying something a little bit different for just a minute here, and we'll see how it works. Oops, sorry. Let me get that in frame for you. All right. We are going to tear that right there. And let us see. We need a little bit of this. See how easy that is? And here again, I'm going to cut this, knowing that I will trim everything off really well when it's all dry. We'll turn this again. Hopefully you can still see that it's in frame. I'm not going to have enough to do everything. So what I will do is I will get another napkin to finish going around my edges. And I think that'll be really nice. Okay, so I can do this here. Okay, so I just have a little bit left. So let's see, do I need to get a new? Yeah, I probably do. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab another napkin. Okay, sorry. I didn't really know what I was going to do with the one, and so let me move this over, and we will take this off. And there again, we will get another piece of tape. And we will take the second piece off, and we'll get ourselves just a little bit more of the border, and we'll finish that part up. I really love the blue. I just think that is gorgeous. So what do I need here? Just a little bit of it. Here again, let's get our me have to keep, this is awkward. Okay, I want to just get this much. I won't use all of that as it is. I just need a little piece. So I'll go from here to about here. And I will rip that off. And now we will go ahead and continue our little journey. This is just, it's just fun. Fun to try something different. Fun to work with you guys. I love you guys. I wish you were right here with me in my studio. You could just have a cup of tea or hot chocolate or whatever it is that you like. Okay. Okay, so now before I do any more, I'm going to go ahead and let this dry. And then I will be back. Okay, this is dried nicely. This is a little bit warped, but I will glue this page to this, and that will give it added stability, so it will be fine. And this is a little wrinkly, but it's not horrible. I am just trimming up just a little spot or two, and still, okay, so I have blue and I have a little bit of green going on here. I have blue, so I thought for my washi tape I might bring in some of this green and put that around, and then I thought, I also, while I was waiting for this to dry, I went ahead and cut around these little guys so I could do a little bit of something with some of this stuff. And I also cut out my words, my little label words and such. So we've got some stuff there, and I thought I may actually want to put one of these in between the two after I have this down. So, okay. So I think what I'm going to do first, and hopefully you are having success with what you're working on right now. And by the way, if you don't want to do a bullet journal, well, my goodness, don't do one. Just work on whatever you want to work on and chat with me. How's that? Okay, so I'm going to just go around the edge here on this. I'm not going to fill the whole thing in. I don't think it's necessary. Plus, I'm going to put a little bit of washi tape. And I think because I have the border here that I'm going to try to kind of center this just a little bit to make it work. And actually, I'm surprised how much I like this. I didn't know, you know. You saw the craziness as I was working there, but kind of pleasantly surprised about how that turned out. And I am going to have to get moving here so I can take off a little bit now and go be with my sweet hubby who's recovering from his surgery. He's doing well, by the way. He's doing well. And that makes me very happy. Okay, So let's just get some of this washi tape and we'll see. I don't know if I want to cover the whole thing. If I want to, maybe what I want to do is do it in halfsies. Halfsies. You know what I mean, right? Do it in half so that it's not like too terribly in your face and you still see this around it. All right, let's just pretend that I can cut a straight line and oh, this is kind of like contact paper, you know, on the back when you cut it and it has those grid lines. Well, because this is a little bit of a grid tape, it gives me a line or two. Get off! No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my word. I did it. And let's do it on the top. I think I like the idea of leaving some of this around it. Yeah, we don't want it super, super wide. So then let's go ahead and measure. Here, we're going to want to, we're not going to want to do that. All right, look what I did. I'm sure I could have a great use for this, but I'm not going to worry about it. I am going to snip that off. Maybe I'll use that to help take napkins off. All right, let's see how this works. About right here. Using this little grid line again. Who'd have thunk, right? Now I could, if I wanted, I could lay this down and put my ruler and my rotary cutter on it. And I've done that before. I absolutely am not too good to use my quilting tools. They are a comfort to me in my mixed media and paper crafting as well. Alrighty. So I hope that you have some fun plans for 2021. I think I'm so excited about it just because, you know, it's not 2020. Oh, you know, we can sort of regroup and have all kinds of exciting things to think about. I didn't do that very well, by the way. I think I might have to go back to my rotary cutter and my mat board, you guys. This looks pretty not great. Pretty not great. All right. Well, I guess we'll make this work. Okay. Not perfect, but I kind of like it. And it brings in a little bit of another color. It kind of, there again, you can see the green in it. Then you've got some green going on here. And then when I put something like this or a napkin, then that'll add even more of the green. So let's go ahead and get this side. And I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna do it my old way. Let's go like this and like, okay. We'll cut it. And we will cut it. I know, I'm terrible, right? Some things just are easier for me to do than other things. And I need to cut this, trim this off just a little bit here too. Now this may come up a little bit. If it does, I'll just glue it back down, but for now, I'm just gonna leave it as is. I really just kind of want to get going on this and get this first page mostly done, and then I will do the others off camera, and you can do yours off camera, and then we can share. I'd love to see pictures of what you do. Okay, so this is here, and we'll go about there. Let's move that out of range. This, I really have got myself in a small little area that I am trying to create in right now. Helps if I open that up. Bring this back in focus. That's a wonderful thing about different washi tapes is you can vary. Oops, didn't quite get that all the way down. That'll likely drive me nuts. Let's lift that up, as will that drive me nuts. It's okay though. Untwist, untwist. Alrighty. Super, super fun. Definitely not perfect, but I like it. And we can do some things to kind of help with that. So, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to put the days on here. This is going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So, Sunday the 3rd. Monday the 4th, Tuesday the 5th, Wednesday the 6th, Thursday the 7th, Friday the 8th, Saturday the 9th. And I have a section for notes. So I may just go ahead and do my gratitude, start them here, and if I need flow over room, I can come down here and write that in there. All right. I think what I want to do, and it's going to mess up my bullet journal just a smidgen, but I think I'm going to like it. So let's get this again, and let's go around. I want you to see what I'm doing. I am. And just tearing around this. Just tearing around. It's so easy, you guys. This part of cutting around napkins, it's just like So simple, and yet so much fun. I could do it in the center. I could do that. I don't know. Or I could do it like here and kind of load them on top of each other. I could do another one here and just sort of, let's at least cut the other one out and we'll take a look. And then we can kind of see what we think. What an easy way to cut, my friends. All right, now let's take a peek-see. We can do like this. And if I do that, I've taken a lot of room, haven't I? I really have taken up quite a lot of room for writing. If I just do one, and I kind of even cut it down a little bit more so that it's more just the blue. If I do that, that would still give me this little bit. Or if I did it in the middle here, then I've got, or I could do it down like thus or such. You know what I may do on my next weeks? I may make these smaller so I have a little bit more room to work with to get a little bigger object here and there. I think I might do that. For now, I'm going to trim this down some more. Just to make sure that we have given as much room as possible to the actual journaling for the bullet journal. All right. You know what? I kind of like that. So I think that's what I'm going to do, which means I'm going to get my Mod Podge out again. And it also means that my brush that I put in my water, I haven't rinsed it out with soap and water yet. I'll do that off camera when I'm done. Whoa, no! Ah! Okay, well, alrighty then. I'm just gonna say, had a bad day, cried a whole bunch. That's what I'll say. Oh golly, Rhonda. I know. I just sometimes just kind of have to wonder. All right, let's just tuck that in. And we will okay. I think I'm going to call that good. I'm going to go ahead and dry this and try to dry this, and we'll see what we've got left. Okay guys, this is what I ended up doing, and I'm just telling you about it. You saw the process on how I put the napkins down, and I went ahead and put the one in the center here, and then I added just a little bit up in this corner and then down on this corner, and then I added a few little elements from the labels that I had, and I'm going to call this good. This dried out. It's a little wrinkly, but it's not horrid, and it'll still work great. And it was my first page in the new 2021. So I will go ahead and glue this together, and then I'll take more pages out. Let's see, wait. No, I'm going to take these pages out and then glue this. Otherwise, I'd do the very same thing that I did in the beginning. You guys were trying to trick me. All right, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and hit the like button and subscribe if you're not already. And a reminder to please check out the gals' videos that I have told you about. That would be Susie at Creative Cafe Girl, and also Barbara at 49 Dragonflies. And yeah, and I believe that Joie is also, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name correctly, that she's also doing it, so I am including her link as well. All right, guys, until next video, have a fabulous day. Bye-bye now.